zucchini, anyone? Well, not quite yet, but this has grown a lot since the last time I videoed. Trying to keep some weeds under control, and added another arch to all of these plants over here that are viney. The zinnias are beginning to open, and the marigolds are very, very much flourishing. They're so pretty. Watermelon. It can't come soon enough. Ah. More zinnias. More marigolds. And the pumpkins. They've gotten a lot bigger too. One more thing. That is the cantaloupe. Got a little blossom on it. And I hope that some fruit will be coming on soon. Got more marigolds, some onions, and some more zinnias about ready to pop open here. So on Thursday we were supposed to get some hail, and so we put all the plants under our sheltered area that we could, but we did get some hail, but I did not get any damage to any plant. So this is my small pumpkins, my mini pumpkins, white and orange, hopefully, and some daisy squash and some gourds. They're looking really healthy. I'm really happy with how they're doing. I think they're coming along really well. These peppers, they're still very, very stunted from the first hail. They've had a few blooms on them, thought about topping them. I asked on the Black Hills Facebook page if I should take blossoms off, and they said this year they don't think they'd take blossoms off, so I'm gonna leave them and stake them if necessary, but they're kind of pathetic. However, my flowers are doing really well. Those marigolds are really pretty. A couple zinnias in there. Behind that is strawberries. I did pick the blossoms off of them since it's first year, and they really have gotten some better growth to them. This left side here is everbearing, so I am hoping that they will flower again, and then I am gonna hopefully get some fruit off of those. This rhubarb, this one here is the one that got hit by the hail, and these two leaves are pretty bad, but boy, the new ones coming in really are nice leaves. That is the other plant that I bought a week or so ago, and it's doing pretty good too. These are the June bearing, and since I did pull those off, I don't think they'll flower anymore, but the leaves, they're just really looking healthy, so that's really good to see. Sunflowers. My dad's probably just shaking his finger at me from heaven. We used to get paid to cut these down, and here I am growing them, but it's a thing now, and they really are very pretty, and I'm anxious for them to bloom. Over here we have These are the cherry tomatoes. They've had a lot of nice blossoms on them. Haven't gotten any fruit yet coming on, but I'm hopeful. I've been shaking them, trying to help them pollinate. So I hope we get some fruit setting soon. Same way with the spoon tomatoes. There's quite a few blossoms on here, and the ones I gave to Jillian, she said are blossoming well also. So we're hoping to see some little fruit starting on those soon. These are the Roma tomatoes. They also have some good blooms on them in here. And the ones in the ground here are really doing well. I have these two in this bucket, and they are not doing so well, and I'm about to put them in the ground, one on each side of this trellis, and just see if they'll do better. They're putting off a ton of flowers, but they just look pathetic. So these are the only two pepper plants that are actually looking healthy. There's a couple of snapdragons in here with them and some onions. They are flowering and have a lot of little buds on them. I'm hoping to get a few peppers off of these two. They seem to be about my only hope right now. The marigolds are just stunning. So bright, and the leaves are really so healthy looking. I'm really happy with how those are going. Another sunflower right in the corner. My spinach has kind of bolted, so I'm taking the rest of that out here probably later today or tomorrow, and I'll use off of it what I can. And I've got another variety that's supposed to be more heat tolerant, and learning from that, I think I may try to throw a few seeds in there for that. The beets are looking lovely. I have eaten a lot of the leaves and am anxious to really get some soup going, some vegetable soup to put these beautiful leaves in. I'll probably freeze some of the leaves here soon, just in case, but I haven't really looked at roots to see if there's much down there, but the greens really have been very good. My lettuce is still holding up really well. I did pick a lot of this before the hail. There's a little bit there that could be picked, but for the most part, it's kind of small just because I really trimmed it down quite far. Onions are doing good, and my peas. This is a later pea on this side. It's starting to flower, but has not put on any pods yet. However, this early one has pods. I did open one up yesterday, and it had some fairly decent peas in it, but not ready yet. So gonna give it a few more days and maybe try another one, but I could eat these just sitting here in the garden. I just love raw, fresh peas. My broccolini is doing pretty good. I found a little wormy worm on this one the other day. I've taken 2 worms off. The rest of the leaves seem to be doing pretty good, so I'm hoping that that's all there was those 2 so far. The rest of the leaves really look pretty good. Got a few onions stuck over here, and on this side I have my pole beans that are needing to be trellised here. I'll probably do that tomorrow or later tonight also. All along here are the small melons. Jenny Lind, Kajari, and Little Sweets. They're starting to set some blossoms. Hoping to be able to start trellising those soon here too. The nasturtium had a couple flowers on it so far, and I've never grown that before, so it was beautiful. Here we have a couple of cucumbers, the purplest cucumber. This is some patty pan squash and a little bit of kale, and these are asparagus beans. That's something new to me too, but I'm gonna give it a try. The radishes that were in this area kind of bolted and weren't producing much, so I pulled them out. However, I had planted some French breakfast ones, and they seem to be doing pretty good. I think I will plant more of those this fall. The dill is looking and smelling so good. My spelt lettuce, like the other lettuce, I did cut that quite a bit before the hail, so it is it doesn't have much there right now, but it is a cut and come again, so I think that I will be getting some more from that. I'll probably pick a little bit more of it later. The carrots have a lot of tops, and so far not much bottoms. I got to read the packages on, there's 3 kinds here, to see how many days they're supposed to be and where I'm at with that. Another pathetic looking pepper, and 3 kind of pathetic looking jalapenos plants. Little kale, it's doing okay, and another really pathetic pepper plant. However, this yellow squash is doing very well. Kind of looking for it to flower in the next week or 2 here. But the leaves are looking super healthy and doing really good. That little zinnia over there is getting a little crust to it on the top of some pink, which is going to be beautiful here. And here. So this morning I looked out the back window and saw a deer in my garden. I didn't think he had eaten anything, but now going through this, I see that he did eat part of this tomato plant. Luckily, I think I caught him pretty quickly, and there's only one other damage that he did. And speaking of the devil, right there that little bugger is. He's back for more. We're gonna have to do a little bit more deer control, I can see. I will link his getaway here and be back with you shortly. What are you doing in there? Huh? What are you doing in my garden? No, no, no. Go. No. Right there. Get out of there. So the only other damage to the garden I could find was here. He tried to jump through the fence. You saw that in the video, and it did tear it a little bit, so we'll have to do some sewing there. But when he tried to do that, you can see his hoof prints here. He did get my okra a little bit. They were both like this, and now this one is disturbed, as you can see. I'll have to give it some TLC and see if I can save him. Another sunflower. There's some zinnias back here too that are starting to open. I think those are clean lime zinnias. And over here, this on the end is a teddy bear sunflower. And these are my bush beans. I don't know, they're growing well. But they seem a little light in color. I am gonna do some fertilizing, and we've had so much rain, so it's been hard to get out here to fertilize, but we're supposed to be good with that for a day or so here, so I do think that I'm gonna get out here tomorrow and get some fertilizing done. So the plant that the deer ate off was a boxcar willy. The rest of my boxcar willies are looking pretty good. They are flowering also, and I've been shaking them, trying to get them to fertilize those flowers. So hopefully we'll get some fruit. They do have some nice flowers here. And then, well, and these boxcar willies, they just, I don't know, they seem so stressed. Their leaves are really curled, and I'm not sure why. Because these beefsteak over here are just doing great, and they're not curling like that. So they are setting some flowers also, and that's pretty exciting. Even the one in this pot is doing well. Okay. Oh, look at this cute robin egg here. Wonder how that got in the garden. Interesting. I have a few things here that are still in pots. This is lemon basil. And really a lot of this I had given up on, and now all of a sudden I'm seeing some sprouting going on. So I'm giving it some time, and I think I will get some lemon basil or lemon balm here. These two are mini peppers. They were just not going anywhere for a long time, and now they have broke out of their into their true leaves and seem to be growing a little bit quicker now this week. This also was almost decided to give up on it and put it in the garage till next year. I cut off a side of some strawberries I had that I had bought from the store and dried them. This one I also had almost given up on. I cut some seeds off of some store-bought strawberries just for giggles to see if that would actually work. I dried them on a paper towel and put the paper towel and all in here. It's been a while, but I have a couple of strawberries coming up. So I'm going to try to nurse them along and see if I can add to my strawberries. This is another one I about gave up on. It is some basil, and I also here have a couple of little plants coming up. So I'm just kind of nursing these all along, hoping for the best. This is a warm purple cone, but it's like a yellow or a gold kind of color. I had planted several of these and they did really nothing. And this one was like 2 tiny little flowers for a month and a half, I kid you not. And now it has broke open too and is starting to develop some true leaves. This is the other purple cone, the real purple cone. I have a couple of those to plant yet. You can kind of tell the difference in the height and how that one is coming. So that's been interesting, but it's good to see some growth from that. I'm gonna leave you with this. This was the deer's actual lunch. It's the bottom of our lilac bush, and I'm semi-allergic to lilacs, so it really doesn't bother me that he ate that. Better than anything else in my garden. So I'm not gonna do the rest of the yard in the front this time. I'm gonna stick to the garden. As you can tell, I have some deer control to do and some work. The front is doing well, and it will be blooming later this week, as the blooms are just starting to open. So I think if I wait a little bit with that, it will be more interesting. And with that, I will let you go. I hope you have a wonderful week and have a blessed day.